Okay, so maybe not for me currently is a wine store essential, but I understand for many people it is. And you know what? Let's be honest. During 9/11, during the LA riots, alcohol was essential for my safety in my head. So there are people in there that are taking deliveries, and there's a little barricade right out there to keep people safe. So you know what? You know, there's so many things that are overlooked that are essential in this time, and you know, let's be honest. Alcohol is essential for many people. Not for me anymore, but it definitely was.
Hello. How are
I,
you, Chris?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So I caught you on your day off. So you are right now considered one of our essential employees here in New York City.
I sure am.
And so tell me, what are you doing right now?
So I am an essential employee in a very different way than most other folks who are currently working. Uh, I'm not a nurse or a doctor or anything like that. I work at a wine store in Manhattan, which has still been deemed an essential business.
Well, you know, a lot of people need that. I mean, and it's definitely good medicine, they say to some people. So how crazy has it been?
Uh, it we've gone through some ups and downs a little bit. For a couple of weeks, there were times where no one was really sure what was happening, and so everyone would rush in thinking that the city was going to go on lockdown, and this was their last chance to buy anything or have anything delivered. And then it became known that grocery stores and pharmacies and liquor stores would remain open as essential businesses. And so it sort of plateaued for a bit, but then we changed our hours. And you know, the rumor mill is very, very strong amongst or during this pandemic. So I'll have customers tell me, hey, I heard you guys are going to be closed starting April 1st. Can I get a delivery, you know, this week? This being last week, of course. And I say, sure, but if we're closed on April 1st, that's the first I'm hearing of it. So we there's lots of misinformation flying around, and so in every regard, including with wine and alcohol sales. And so we've been really busy, and my store, along with basically every store I know, has closed to the public, but we're there every day taking phone and email orders for takeout, just pass straight through the door, or delivery orders. And so it's become very, very busy for our delivery team.
Well, and then you said you aren't taking public transit right now. So how are you keeping yourself safe having to go out?
I have been riding City Bike to and from work every day, which is great. I actually signed up for City Bike about 6 months ago, well before any of this started happening. And I used it here and there a little bit, but I'm very happy to have that membership now because I just have no desire to be on the subway at the moment.
Well, it just seems like full of germs.
More than usual,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you mentioned that you feel like you're having the opposite experience during this pandemic because you definitely are going to work, but you're not seeing the tragedy of a lot of other people that are going to work.
Yeah, it feels a little bit weird because I go to work every day, except for, you know, the rare days that I have off. And so I see friends on social media posting things like day 18 in quarantine. Here's what I did today. Meanwhile, I'm thrilled to be stuck in my apartment basically all day for 2 days in a row because they're just seemingly normal days off to me. But then when I actually go into Manhattan and venture out, it feels very weird because there are far fewer people on the streets, which is good. There's nothing open around my store. In fact, even the other day, the bodega across the street officially closed, and the 7-Eleven a block away closed, which sort of felt really, really weird. You know, a place like 7-Eleven, which is such a sort of corporate giant, making the call to close was interesting, to say the least. And so there's nothing open around us. And so it feels very much like, in a very weird way, living in an episode of The Walking Dead where I'm one of the people sent out to get supplies, except the supplies are wine for other people.
Well, but I mean, are you feeling safe? And I mean, because you've been out every day since it started, and are you gloved up and masked up and no symptoms or anything?
I haven't had any symptoms, I don't think. 3 or 4 weeks ago, before, even anything was officially shut down, there were a couple days where I woke up or throughout the day I felt a little short of breath. But honestly, I think that was just anxiety about the whole situation.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel safe. I wear gloves to work as I ride the bike every day. My hands are disgusting. They are so dry because I wash them after any interaction that I have. As I mentioned, we close the store, so the door is just locked all day. And if someone comes to pick up, we just take their order, open the door enough to push the bag through and hand it over. And I wash my hands immediately after, even if everyone's wearing gloves. I haven't taken up wearing a mask yet, only because that's another situation where I feel like the information has been ebbing and flowing a little bit on what standard practice should be. And it seems to be leaning now towards everyone should be when in public, but of course now they're all sold out and, hard to come by. So that's another reason I've been biking in, because I feel like I'm at least, if I pass by someone, it's just for a second. I'm not just breathing the same air over and over with a car full of people.
Right.
So, I feel about as safe as I think is possible.
Well, I just thank you so much for being out there and being an essential worker. It's funny for me, like who doesn't drink, but I know the value of it. So I can't deny that just because it's not for me anymore. So I definitely wanted to salute you and to salute you, everyone across this country that is being essential, because it makes a big difference for a lot of people. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Stay safe.
You too.